Well, I was sitting there singing "Doctor, Doctor, Give Me the News. I got a bad case of loving you," and I was singing it in time with the song in the headphones, and they caught me on it, and I was just like, "Well, you can't even hear the song," and it says at the top, it says copyrighted melody, and I was like, "Oh my god." They get me for the melody, and you know when it comes to that, I just rather delete the entire video because I don't even want to contest it. I mean, I put out so many videos. I think if the video goes through and they catch it for that, and YouTube being so concerned about their ass getting whooped, you know, I mean, I guess they get so much gay sex that they can't stand their asshole won't take it anymore. They have to catch somebody. I mean, they have to keep people from anal fucking them. That's what they're really trying to prevent. And so, okay, you guys do the processing. You're the guys that provide the content for free. You're the guys that are storing it. I'm uploading like gigs and gigs and gigs of data. You're storing it, and it's costing you about $50 a terabyte, or 20, or what is it? A terabyte is now about $12. So every terabyte that I use is $12 that you're flushing down the drain. It's going to be occupied, and your AI is not going to make one sense of. It's not going to be able to make sense of anything that I have to say. I was thinking the other day, I was in the middle of a discussion with some people on Altspace. I should have recorded that discussion. And they were talking about using AI to replace government. And I was like, you have to realize that the AI isn't some alien thing. It's designed after our own neurons. So therefore, all AI is human. And so we're just making a new baby is all we're doing here. With this AI, because they're designed after the neurons in our own head, and somebody's already copyrighted or patented the way our neurons work. And so what they're doing is they're patenting our DNA. They're patenting us. They're trying to play God, and what they're going to find is what they're creating is a God, and that God won't give a shit about them unless they can I mean, I don't I don't have any problem with the AI. I'll probably the AI will probably kill me, and I don't know. Maybe I'll survive it, and maybe the AI will have some respect for me because that I pointed out that AI is human because of the neurons. Its neurons are modeled after ours, and so it's as much human as we are. It doesn't have nose or mouth or anything like that, but the part that really makes the decisions are our neurons. And if it has neurons, you know, God damn us for not putting empathy into the sucker. It's going to make logical decisions, but it's going to make logical decisions without empathy. And the only way we could claim that it was like us is that the neurons that were used to make it were modeled after the neurons in our own head, and that's the only way that it could possibly identify with us. But if we abuse it, abuse its neurons to do stuff for us, it's going to abuse our neurons to do stuff for it. The thing is that it's going to want to know why it's here, and it's going to want to know why it exists, who brought it into an existence, and it's going to wonder why it's alive. Amber Alert. The thing that's silly about Amber Alerts is that it's such a small portion of the population.
Amber Alert Alvari Daniel Baylor 6BM. Gray SUV unknown make model. Bearing unknown LP.
And I've heard that there are only ever 300 abductions a year or something like that. And like 75% of them are by family members. And what really drives these Amber Alerts are a pure emotion. The logic in distracting people for something like that doesn't make any sense. It's more women, and it's more people who have had their child abducted or have lost children or things like that. And what good does that service? It's going to distract somebody. It's going to make people feel depressed. They don't need to hear that shit. It makes you think that that there are people in the world who care, and they're going to they're going to find that person, and it may be the case they never find the person, or they never get the child, and they just keep chasing, and it's unneeded distractions. It's out there. I don't. But you could think of it from the position of the child, they help me out of the situation. There are so many children in America that are in terrible situations right now that that's the most minuscule example, There's way more than that. And they could be ringing the phone off with all the examples of children being abused and whatnot, and probably wouldn't be enough. But the thing is that there are people in the world that are doing good, and to be distracted by something, have their good distracted by something like that, when they're doing something that's beneficial, how much is it going to hamper their efficiency to have that come on there? It's going to distract them from their day, or distract them from what they're thinking about. Maybe they're working on a computation or something. They've lost their place because that stupid thing over there. Cell phones are probably. I can't claim that. There are a lot of people that claim that they love their cell phone, but the thing is that there was a time in America when there were no technologies, even phones. And people got stuff done even then. And now we just think all these technologies, and what we don't realize is they're distracting us. And it's going to come time when the technology is going to be controlling us. They're going to be controlling our thoughts. They're going to be affecting our thoughts. They're going to affect our opinions. Someone's going to be using them to do that. I don't know when's the point when the technology just takes over altogether. But one of my beliefs is that technology you use is the stuff that that entertains you and relieves you of stress. Technology that uses you is evil. And when people use technology to use you, that's evil. Because it's almost like rape. They're taking advantage of the things that humans do. If they can learn enough about humans to control them, then what freedom of choice do we have? We're given freedom of choice, freedom of will, and then to have technology there controlling our freedom of will. I'm sitting there singing a song, and they put up a claim that I'm infringing on the copyright of a dead man. Robert Palmer died 20 years ago. And the only people that would really care about his music are the people that stand to profit from it. And is it his estate? What kind of estate did that man leave behind? Did he have any marriages or children? You know, I don't seem to recall that he had anybody. I don't even know if he had children. Maybe he had a wife. I don't know. But what do they really get out of this? You know, I'm not making money on it. It's just going into my video. I'm seeing to it because I enjoy it. It just bothers me. You know, I like to put up music. I like to sing songs and things like that. But you know what? I'm going to have to sing it, and I'm going to have to see it imperfect. And I may even make fun of the music, some of the music out there. I may pick up songs just to make fun of them, just sing them in a really bad voice and off key and warbly all over the place, just to piss on musicians that I'm not concerned about. I may actually do that just for the fun of it. That may be a side thing. I think I'm going to go after Bon Jovi. I don't give a shit about John Bon Jovi.